you've written a powerful post on social media about how positive you feel about this expulsion. Can you
Yeah.
tell us how you got to that way of feeling about this?
Yeah, thanks, Crispin. And it's appalling how you've been treated and many other people across the country, members of the Labour Party who joined for all the right reasons and followed the rule book. But I am delighted to say that the Labour Party expelled me a couple of days ago. I'm still euphoric about it. I've been having non-stop parties and great conversations and being reunited with so many good comrades who are no longer members of the party. And all kinds of options are open to us going forwards. The party said that they expelled me for signing a petition and speaking at a meeting. Like years ago, 3 years ago, I spoke at a meeting that was organised by Labour Against the Witch Hunt, and I'm glad I did that. They only banned Labour Against the Witch Hunt, the National Executive Committee only banned it 4 months ago, but they're applying this retrospective justice. It's a complete breach of natural justice, of all sensible laws in all sensible countries. Nobody can understand the retrospective nature of that. But it's like the 4th or 5th episode of intense hostility against me by the Labour Party, and I'm glad that I'm free of that hostile environment. It's been terrible. Jewish members of Jewish Voice for Labour, like myself, were 31 times more likely to be subject to investigation for talking about the racism we faced, for talking about anti-Semitism, more likely than any other member of the Labour Party. It's not an okay situation. And like, catch yourselves on, Labour. The Labour Party is expelling Jewish members. Like, that's anti-Semitism. And they're not taking into account of human rights, our rights to freedom of expression and freedom of association. That's what I exercised when I spoke at a meeting, signed a petition and so on, and I'm entitled to do that. And the Labour Party should be upholding human rights, but it's not. The Labour Party is dead and dying as a vehicle for social justice. It's not the same party that many of us joined in 2015, 2016. It's losing elections left, right and centre, up and down the country. And I do just want to reassure the people who elected me. 61% of my ward re-elected me on a 13% vote share gain just a few months ago, last May. And I'm still the councillor for Bromborough, New Ferry and Port Sunlight. I haven't changed. My values haven't changed. The things I stood for that you voted for haven't changed. I'm still for the many, not the few. I'm still opposed to cruel conservative cuts. I'm still promoting justice and equality, and I'll continue to do that as your independent councillor. Yeah. Thanks very much for having me on. I'm more than happy to talk to anyone at any time. If people need to talk to me anonymously, that's totally fine. But I feel free. I'm free from this ridiculous oppressive regime that the Labour Party has become. It's like, to remain a member, you have to keep your head down. So what's the point? So a lot of people are saying, like, form a new party. And my question back is, so what's the new party for? We have political parties, in my opinion, in this country to, one, promote policies for the many, not the few. You know, we've got our manifestos at a national level. At local level, you just need to translate, you know, socialist solutions to what's happening in your ward. And it's not difficult to do. Capitalism is battering our communities. So it's promoting policies that are for the many, not the few. Secondly, a political party should build social movements, you know, be part of social movements around us, Black Lives Matter, school students, environmental campaigns, all of that sort of thing, and contribute to that, reinforce that. Thirdly, out of that comes our candidates, people who are willing and able to stand for election, to promote those policies, to promote them with a different platform. As a candidate, I've been a candidate in 5 major elections in the last 3 years, and it's been brilliant. I've learned loads, and it gives you a platform to promote the policies of socialism. It gives you a license to go deliver leaflets, talk to the media, to go through social media, make videos, talk to people face to face on local Facebook forums, all kinds of platforms. It's brilliant, and there's rarely a better way to promote policies for the many, not the few, than to be a candidate. And if you're not able to be a candidate, you can back other candidates. You can back somebody to be a candidate. You can be the back office support. You can do whatever your skill set is. And because it takes a team to run a successful campaign and to really put things out there, rather than just merely being like the name on a ballot paper. But to win hearts, minds and votes, you need a candidate and a team with them. And fourthly, we aim to win those elections. We don't have to win. I've lost more elections than I've won, but the point is to stand and to promote the policies. And sometimes you get lucky and you're in the right place at the right time and you win elections and you win some access to some levers of power. It's not the be all and end all, but you also win an increased platform. You get more access to media and your voice carries more weight, kind of thing, and your messages can go further. So that's kind of what I think the next gap is for our movement, is people being willing and able to be candidates. So seriously, have a good think about it, consider it. It doesn't have to be a terrible onerous thing. It can be a really life affirming thing, and all the effort we put into dissing this and this and that and go, you know, how terrible the situation is or the Labour Party is, which is all true. But that effort can be put into positive things. It can be put into promoting the alternatives and standing for election, putting out those messages. Have a think about it and be in touch.
All right. Thank you, Joe. It's good to see you look so well on it.